Cinderella and the Magical Fairy Fruits. Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there was a very beautiful princess named Cinderella. One day, Cinderella went on a forest stroll with her mouse friends, Cheddar and Mozzarella. They stood under a special hazelnut tree, and Cinderella put her hand on the tree trunk. She wanted to give the fresh fruits she collected to the good fairy Liabelle. Liabelle! Liabelle! Come wherever you are! After a moment, the good fairy Liabelle appeared in the lights.
Liabelle!
Cinderella was very glad to see Liabelle. Cinderella immediately gave the fresh fruits in her basket. Have you ever tasted these beautiful fruits before, Liabelle?
Actually, I've never eaten earth fruits before. Really? So you've never even tasted delicious apples?
I don't know. The fruits in the world of fairies are so different. You should definitely taste some of the fruits of our world. Take a look at this. The good fairy took the apple in her hand. The crimson color was so beautiful that she took a big bite of it right away.
Spectacular! You should try some strawberries too, Liabelle.
Cinderella handed a handful of strawberries from the basket to the good fairy. The good fairy ate strawberries too and loved the flavor. Fantastic! The fruits in your world are delicious! In return for this goodness of Cinderella, Liabelle gave her 3 fairy fruits that were lined up on a branch in her special tree. What are these, Liabelle? These are the most beautiful fruits of the world of fairies. They are special. There are 3 beautiful magics hidden inside them that will make you very happy. Cinderella took the 3 magical fruits the good fairy gave her and thanked her. Then she set off for the castle with her little friends. But they didn't realize the evil fairy Kyrabelle, who was secretly following them. Kyrabelle went after Cinderella to stop her sister Liabelle from doing good. Expelled from the world of fairies, the evil fairy cast evil spells on the shelled fairy fruits in Cinderella's hand with her wand.
They'll hate you for this, Liabelle. Then you'll no longer be a fairy godmother.
After she had cast her evil spell, Kyrabelle disappeared. As soon as Cinderella arrived at the castle garden, she picked up the first fairy fruit and threw it into the air. She was excited to see what beautiful magic Liabelle had given her. The fruit split into 2 pieces in the air, and shimmering magical powders poured on Cinderella. But these magical powders turned Cinderella's clothes into a rusty, ragged dress. But these are old and bad clothes.
But the good fairy said that these fruits contain beautiful spells that will make you happy, Cinderella.
Maybe there was a mistake. Let's try the other magical fruit. Cinderella grabbed the second fairy fruit and threw it into the air. When the fruit burst open, the magic powders poured down on Cinderella again. Before the magical powders ran out, a dark cloud came over Cinderella. This cloud stood only over Cinderella and made lightning and then rain. Although Cinderella tried to flee from side to side, the dark cloud continued to follow her.
Aw, An evil spell came out of this fruit, too.
Cinderella immediately entered the castle to escape from the dark cloud. When the dark cloud could not enter in, it disappeared where it was. What was that? Huh?
Cinderella, no good magic came out of these fairy fruits. Why did the good fairy Liabelle give you these bad magical fruits, Cinderella? I never expected anything like this from her.
I think a beautiful magic will emerge from this last fruit. Don't worry, my mouse friends. Cinderella took the last fairy fruit and threw it back into the air. When the fruit opened, the last powder of magic was poured on Cinderella. And at that moment, Cinderella's beautiful hair began to fall apart, and the inside of her eyes turned black. Before she could realize what was happening, bad laughter started to come out of her mouth.
Cheddar! Cinderella started laughing like an evil witch. I'm so scared right now. Oh!
Cinderella laughed like a wicked witch and started chasing her mouse friends. The mice, on the other hand, decided to run towards the forest road and go under the hazelnut tree. Cinderella rushed after the mice with her tattered clothes, messy hair, dark eyes, and a dark cloud overhead. Mozzarella and Cheddar finally arrived under the hazelnut tree in the forest.
Let's call Liabelle and ask for help. But she's the one who gave these bad fruits to Cinderella. Do you really think she will help? We have no other choice, Cheddar. Liabelle, come wherever you are.
Liabelle came with the lights upon the cries of the mouse friends. The mice immediately told her what had happened, that the magical fairy fruits had put curses and spells on Cinderella. But those were the most amazing fruits of the fairy world. How could such a thing happen? At that moment, the evil fairy Kyrabelle appeared next to them. Of course, it happened thanks to me. Kyrabelle? Both fairies have started to fight each other by pointing wands. The good fairy, thanks to a very powerful magic she used, closed Kyrabelle in a chest and sent her back to the world of fairies. And then Cinderella was just about to catch the little mice. The good fairy shook her wand twice and stopped Cinderella. Then she broke the shell of a new fairy fruit and sprinkled the magical powders on the dirty and ugly-looking Cinderella. As soon as the fairy dust fell on her, Cinderella slowly started to recover.
Cinderella!
Thus, a beautiful magic emerged from the fairy fruit, and that was exactly the Princess Cinderella herself. The mouse friends were delighted to see Cinderella, just as beautiful and joyful as she was before. It might not always be good to share magical fruit, but good friends know that the best thing to share is each other's happiness.